Thank you so much for joining me today for this lovely chair yoga practice. I am practicing with a group from Breastfriends in Tigard, Oregon. Their website is linked in the description box below. So if you would like more information about them or the support that they offer, I highly encourage you to reach out. They're just an amazing, wonderful group of people. So feel free to take advantage of all they have to offer, as well as all the practices we've shared together on our YouTube channel. So feel free to share, like, comment if you want to see something different or in particular. I definitely take those to heart. I'm starting from a chair today, but if you feel like you have been standing for too long, you're welcome to press into your feet, rise up and come to mountain pose. So whether you're seated or standing, have your head over your heart over your hips, and just kind of turn your palms out to the side or forward. And if that's tough on your shoulders, on your armpits, your upper arms, feel free to just let them hang loosely. As always, this is your practice. So if anything I offer doesn't feel comfortable for you, if it hurts or brings tingling or pain or numbness, please stop or back off a little bit. As I just mentioned to the group before the recording, I can't see what you're doing on the other side. So please, please, please keep yourselves safe. So from our mountain pose, we're just going to begin to bring ourselves into our body. So you might just kind of release what has been going on for you today. So let's start by just shaking it off a little bit. You shake your arms out, might shake a leg, maybe shake the other leg. If you're standing, you could really get into it. Maybe a little bit of bouncing, a little rocking side to side. You could reach your arms out or up and just shake off whatever is weighing on you. Shake off the last thing you did, the next thing you need to do. Just be right here in your body. And when you have had enough of that, come back to your mountain pose. If you're seated, you might rest your hands down on your thighs or your lap. And just begin to feel the bottoms of your feet. Just notice how they feel touching the ground. Notice your legs. Notice the palms and the backs of your hands. Just really giving your attention to these parts of your body can help you to come inward. And closing your eyes, if you feel comfortable doing that, might help as well. And you might notice the beating of your heart in your chest. You might notice places where you feel yourself expand as you inhale and soften as you exhale. Just really inviting yourself to inhabit the soft animal of your body. And just really be here. If you notice yourself getting distracted or noises around you, just acknowledge that that happens. And then bring yourself back to your body, back to your breath. And today we're going to continue on in our chakra series. So today we're going to talk about the third chakra, the solar plexus or Manipura chakra. This one is all about the element of fire. So our root chakra is about earth, sacral chakra is about water, solar plexus chakra right here at the base of the sternum is about fire. So it's kind of funny because we've had a snow day here in Oregon today, but the sun is starting to peek out. And just like the sun, we do have this fire within us, digestive fire, fire of energy, transformation. So you might bring your fingertips here to the solar plexus chakra. It's also a bundle of nerves here that connect. Our vagus nerve, which helps to regulate our nervous system, flows through here. This is also the place where our stomach and our diaphragm, our gallbladder reside within this area. And we digest not just food, but information, words, thoughts, feelings. So just tapping into that fire within yourself. So we'll be really just focusing on this area today as we practice. And we're going to start with a little breath of fire, Kapalabhati breath. And that breath is a strong exhale out your nose, almost like you're trying to blow your nose, but not quite that hard. In fact, you might want to have a tissue nearby if you tend to get a runny nose. But just breathe here, feel that expansion right here at your diaphragm under this sternum there. And feel that little contraction as you exhale, and you might even be able to sort of draw that up and in as you exhale. Really squeeze all the air out. Inhale to expand. Exhale, squeeze all the air out, hug your ribs in, hug your belly button back towards your spine. And then you can stay right here with this nice, slow, deliberate breath. Kapalabhati breath can be kind of activating, so if it causes you to feel some anxiety, just come back to what we're doing now. If you have high blood pressure or maybe have had a stroke, you might want to skip this and just continue this breath right here. Otherwise, we're going to take an inhale together, and we're just going to start to breathe that out breath strongly through the nose. And you don't really have to worry about the inhale here. It sort of takes care of itself. I'm just going to go ahead and start here. And if you're up for it, you can join me whenever you're ready. So here we go. And you can continue very slow, or you could speed it up, or nice and slow. So just a few more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the breath, release your hands. Come back to mountain pose if you're standing, or rest your backs of your hands on your lap if you're seated. And just notice what you notice. You might notice an increased sense of being warm as we stoke that fire. You might notice a little more tingling and a little more sense of aliveness. Just noticing. And then let's get a little bit of movement here. So palms up or down, whichever feels best to you. Down is a little more grounding, up is a little more uplifting. Let's just start to move the head and the neck here a little bit. So let's just inhale right here, head at the top of the spine. As you exhale, take your chin down towards your heart. Inhale to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Exhale, chin towards your chest. And then as you inhale, draw your left ear towards your left shoulder. Now you might like to stay right here, just moving from side to side. Or the next time you bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, you might continue with a circle, bring your gaze up towards the sky, and then take it down towards the left. And just continue making circles as big or as little as you like. Again, keeping yourself safe. You might notice some sounds coming from your neck or some sensations. Really dial into those sensations and sound. And then if you're making the circles, the next time your chin comes towards your heart, reverse those circles, going to the left first and around and down to the right. As many circles as feels good to you. You can keep this nice and slow or move a little faster. You set the pace of your practice. And when you feel like you have about even amount of circles on each side, the next time you bring your chin to your chest is the last time. Let's inhale, look up as much as feels good to you. And exhale to come back level to the ground. Nice neutral head, neutral spine, neutral neck. And just notice what you notice here. And then we'll inhale, shrug the shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale to draw them down. And then just continue at your own pace here. You might be tempted to really squeeze hard, but we don't want to do that. We want to be gentle with ourselves here. So just kind of feeling the sensation, bringing fresh synovial fluid to your shoulders. Just a couple more times here, keeping those shoulder joints nice and lubricated. And then the next time the arms come down, draw the shoulders up and around and down, just making some little circles here. And you could lift your hands from your lap a bit. Little squeeze of the shoulder blades as you come back. And the next time you come back, leave those shoulder blades nice and low, heart nice and high, chin gently tucked so the neck is long. And then with your next inhale, let's open up the arms as wide as feels good to you. And then exhale to reach them forward. Now you might keep your arms low here, especially if you're right after surgery or you're really tight in the shoulders, or you might come to shoulder height. And just flowing. Open up the shoulder blades as you reach forward. Squeeze them towards one another as you come back. And then the next time we bring those arms forward, we're just gonna wrap them right around ourselves. Right arm on the top. Hold on to those shoulders. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Just a beautiful little hug here. Feeling your breath. Showing yourself some tenderness, some compassion. And then when you next inhale, open your arms out as wide as you like, and exhale, left arm on top this time. Give yourself a big squeeze. Give yourself some love. Give yourself some attention. Feel your breath expanding your shoulders. Beautiful. And then inhale to open up. Exhale to just let those arms float down. And again, you can rest your arms at your sides or in your lap. Then we're gonna get a little more digestive support here. So we're gonna do a little bit of twisting. So let's go ahead and turn to your left if you're on the chair. And you might scoot. You could stay right here with both feet on the ground, both hips on the chair, or we're going to do a little option for a lunge. So you might scoot forward towards the front of the chair so that the right hip is off the chair, and then bring that right knee down towards the ground with your toes either tucked under or the top of the foot on the mat. And I have my yoga blocks here. If you have yoga blocks or something similar, you might improvise. You could bring your knee right down to the ground. If you're standing today, just have your hands on your hips and step those right toes back. You want to find a focal point right out in front of you, something that will help you keep your balance. And then nice and tall here, inhale, and as you exhale, turn to your left, holding on to the back of the chair, or maybe using a wall for balance if you like, or if you are in a standing lunge, you could keep your hands at your hip or bring your hands to your heart as you twist to your left. And here we just really want to focus on that solar plexus chakra, really squeezing the air out, twisting those abdominal organs, helping to support your digestion, your elimination. And then as you next inhale, turn to look to your right. So a little balance challenge here if you're standing. A nice little double twist here, either way. Breathe length into your spine. Little squeeze of the abdomen as you exhale. Couple more breaths right here. One more inhale. Exhale, turn your face forward, unwind your twist, bring your leg back forward again so the feet are parallel, and just notice what you notice happening in your body here. And then we'll go to the other side. So either turn in your chair. Again, you can stay fully seated here and find your twist here, or you can bring that left leg off the edge of the chair. Just make sure you're really stable here, or from standing, hands on hips, step those left toes back. And you can keep your lunge really subtle, nice and square, especially if you are dealing with low back issues. Hands at hips, heart, or if you're using this chair, twist and hold on to the back of the chair here. As you inhale, find length in your spine. As you exhale, little squeeze of that upper abdomen, squeezing the diaphragm, stimulating the vagal nerve. Our solar plexus chakra really comes online around 5 to 10 years of age. And that's the time in our lives when we start our individuation. As you're ready, turn to look to your left as much as feels good to you. Find that double twist. Individuation, differentiation from our families. Many of us find this really hard. Parents find it hard for their children to be their own individuals sometimes, and children find it hard sometimes to kind of stand out. This is the time in our lives where we might be tempted to conform. But if we can tap into this solar plexus personal power, we might be more likely to create. One more inhale here. Exhale, step the left foot forward, unwind, and if you're seated in the chair, turn forward once again. And just notice what's happening in your body. Notice how this has affected your breath. Notice once again your palms, the soles of your feet, and your heartbeat. And then let's get a little more movement here. So let's inhale, reach those arms out. We're gonna rotate the wrists. And as you exhale, let your arms float down, rotate your wrists in the opposite direction. Now again, we're all a little different, so as you continue to move here, you might not lift your arms very high, or you might come all the way to the strong V shape, victory pose. And just imagine yourself victorious in whatever you are endeavoring in right now. Maybe it is finding that core self, differentiating yourself from the beliefs, the the family practices, whatever might be going on in your life. One more time, let's inhale, reach up as high as feels good to you. As you exhale, let those shoulder blades come down the back body. Look up towards the sky. Just feel gratitude for whatever you're grateful for today. If you're watching this practice or joining here live, you probably have heat and light and shelter. One more inhale wherever you are, and exhale, we'll just let those arms float down and maybe find a few more shoulder rolls here. And then we're going to go ahead and get some movement here with the legs. So again, you can do this from your chair or standing. We're just going to pick up that right knee. So if you're standing, really feel your weight in that left leg. If you're seated, you can hold on to your chair here or maybe interlace your fingers around the back of that right thigh. And we're just going to curl the toes in and then spread them out wide. Curl them in, spread them out. And if anytime you're standing, you want to come to sit, or seated and you want to come to stand, that's always up to you. Couple more times here, just taking care of the toes. I said in a previous class, we have 26 bones in each foot, 52 bones total, which I said was half the bones in our body, but that was not correct. It's actually a quarter of the bones in our body. Our bodies have 206 bones. And then we're going to point and flex the foot. So I misspoke. But still, that's quite a lot. A quarter of the bones in our body are in our feet, and we really don't think about them an awful lot. And then we're going to make some circles here in one direction, and then the other. And then inhale, press your heel forward. Exhale, bend your knee. So again, you can use the assistance of your hands, or you can hold on to your chair. And have that nice solid center here to help you keep your strong spine. One more time, we'll press the foot out and exhale. Let the heel come down to the ground. Nice straight leg. Inhale, nice and tall right here. And as you exhale, walk your hands forward on your thighs. Take a nice little forward fold. Stretch out the calf, the hamstring. You might feel some sensation in your low back. Just keep your neck nice and long, your shoulders relaxed away from your ears as you breathe here. We're also supporting our pancreas when we practice with a focus on the solar plexus. So if you're diabetic, this could help with your insulin regulation. And as always, calming the nervous system helps to lower blood sugar. One more inhale right here, and then exhale to come back to a tall spine. Bring your right foot back under your knee, and if you want to shake it off, shake it off. And then we'll go on to the left leg. So just pick up that left knee, and we'll start with just curling those toes. Again, you can always support yourself here by interlacing your fingers under your left thigh. You can go back and forth. Maybe hold on to the chair, maybe no hands at all. Just really taking your time. Maybe noticing some tender toes there or some sounds your joints might be making. And then we'll point and flex, point and flex. This is really a strength builder here to keep the leg lifted so long, so you can always touch down if you want to take a break. Listen to your body, honor your experience. Honor your essential self, that personal power here. You have the power to create your practice. And then circles. And in the opposite direction. And then send that left heel out long, bend the left knee. Send it out long. Bend the left knee. A few more times here. Tall spine, strong center. And if at any time in your practice you're tired, you don't want to continue, just breathing your breath with intention is a yoga practice. Just showing yourself connection. And one more time, we'll press the heel out. We'll lower it all the way down to the ground. Find your tall spine. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward at those hip creases so we're not rounding at the low back. Walk your hands down towards your knees. If you have lots of space, you might even reach for your left toes there if you like. And as you breathe here, just feel where you feel yourself expanding with your inhales and softening with your exhales. Couple more breaths right here. Use your next inhale to come all the way back up to that tall spine. Bring your left foot back under your left knee. We'll just windshield wiper the knees from side to side or shake it off a bit. And then scoop forward to the front of your chair if you're seated. We're just going to take the feet out wide. So as wide as your chair allows. Everybody's got a different setup. If you're standing, you're going to kind of sit down into a squat. Nice wide-legged goddess pose here. So if you're seated or standing, we're just going to make some circles here. So nice and tall, circle around in one direction. And again, you can keep your circles really subtle or you can make them very generous. You might notice some sticky spaces here along the way. You could move slow or fast, whatever feels good to you. And then the next time you come forward, reverse those circles. And notice all the parts of your body that are moving here. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, back, hips. Really sending that synovial fluid in to keep yourself moving. Motion is lotion, as they say. And then we'll come all the way back to that tall spine. Inhale to look up towards the sky. Lift your heart as much as feels good. Exhale, draw that belly button up and in, chin to chest. Inhale, arch the spine, look up, draw the elbows and shoulders down, cow pose. Inhale, chin to chest, belly button towards the spine, cat pose. Couple more rounds here. Breathing your breath, feel your feet on your ground, your palms resting on your body. With your next inhale, come all the way back to that tall spine, and then we're going to exhale, turn to your left. Inhale back to center, exhale, turn to your right. Now again, we'll just continue side to side, moving at your own pace. Always give yourself a break if you're standing. You might want to give yourself a break out of your squat. Or you might want to get a little deeper. Maybe instead of staying high and twisting, you dip your right shoulder towards your left knee. And then dip your left shoulder towards your right knee. And you can kind of press into your inner thighs here. Give yourself a little bit of leverage. And again, it's up to you how deeply you twist. Honor yourself in your practice. Tap into your personal power. I don't want you to conform to whatever I am doing. I want you to create your own practice. Maybe taking my suggestions along the way. Once more to each side. And then we'll inhale back to center. Heel toe those feet back underneath your knees. Just notice what's happening in your body. Notice your breath, your heartbeat, the temperature. How are you feeling now? And then an option, if you like, for everyone to come to stand for just a moment here. So if you're seated, walk your feet back a little bit so that you can really press into your heels. If you need to hold on to your chair for balance, please do that. On an inhale, come to rise. We're going to step the feet out a little bit wider, and we're just going to rotate from side to side here. Again, a little more twisting, supporting that solar plexus chakra, the Manipura chakra, supporting your own personal power, your power to choose, your power to be you. And again, as always, you can keep this super subtle, or you might begin to kind of pick up one foot as you twist in the opposite direction. Just twisting out anything that needs to be digested. Also supporting the lymphatic system here. We've got a lot of lymphatic passageways and lymph nodes in the abdomen, the armpits, the hips, the backs of the knees, the elbows. So we're really just getting everything moving today, removing all that stagnation, moving into transformation. And then begin to slow your movements down. Maybe keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width and bring your hands to your hips. I like to call this one superhero posture. Roll your shoulders down and back, lift your heart. Straight legs as much as you're able, but without locking the knees. And just feel into your personal power. What does that mean to you? Feel yourself maybe having been activated a little bit. Your heart and breath might be a little faster than they were. Feel yourself start to come back to neutrality. Breath and your heartbeat start to slow down, and just embody the characteristics of a superhero, of a warrior. And then when you're ready, we're going to come on back to our seats. If you're standing, you might want to come to lay down in Shavasana. Or you could continue in mountain pose if you like. We'll do a little seated Shavasana here, or lying down. And maybe you might take your one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly from either position here. And if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. And I'm just reading from a newsletter I got from Barry Reisman. She's one of my favorite teachers. So just thinking about that superhero posture, thinking of your inner warrior. The warrior is not an abstract mythological figure, but it is a flame burning within you. The warrior archetype transcends gender. It represents the triumph of light over darkness, embodying bravery, courage, fearlessness, ferocity, fortitude, honor, and nobility. These qualities can become practical tools for facing challenges, building resilience through adversity, and dismantling any inner obstacles we have for our personal growth. Your inner warrior connects you with your pure power of will, the fire in the belly, the innately creative force that no one can take away once you claim it as your own. Like a fat flower piercing through concrete, it's the unstoppable, life-affirming power that expresses itself in acts of heroism and in the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. Notice how these warrior qualities emerge naturally in your practice, Watch for the many opportunities to summon your courage and fearlessness, unleashing the wellspring of strength, resilience, and personal power within each of you. The strength has always been yours. Our practice simply helps us to remember that it's there. As you step onto your mat, you're not learning to be a warrior. You are awakening the warrior you have always been. So just letting those words settle within you, feeling into your own personal power, your own personal path in life. We are not here to conform. We are here to create. How does that land within you? What does being a creator mean for you? What little step can you take each day to honor the you, the only you that is here? And today you took a wonderful step. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. If you like, you might bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your chin towards your chest in respect and reverence for yourself, in respect and reverence for everyone with whom you've shared your practice today, and in respect and reverence for anyone else you meet along your way. Namaste.